my name is Nezumi and I'll be showing you how I made my horn for my Hozuki cosplay from Hozuki's Coolheadedness. And don't worry, the tutorial is super easy to follow and can be used for any small horn you may need for your cosplay. So please follow along if needed and save it for your future cosplay horns. So enough talking and let's get on with the video. First, I made a pattern with masking tape from a styrofoam cone, and I made sure to mark where I needed to cut and add registration marks to help me glue it back together later. If you're using this for a character with horns that are a more complex shape, then you could possibly sculpt the horns out of clay first, then make the pattern out of tape if you can't find the shape out of something laying around the house. Then I take my tape pattern and I trace it on a 2mm craft foam, and I make sure to transfer all the registration marks. And then cut it out with a sharp craft knife or scissors. I covered the edges in contact cement and let them fully dry before connecting the edges and lining up my markings. I find it easier to start with the wider edge and work my way into the point, and then roll it on the table and pinch the point to really make sure it's all glued together and the seam is nice, especially the tip. And then I filled the inside in an even layer of hot glue to thicken the foam up and make it sturdier but still keep it lightweight. Taking a soldering iron, I lightly burned in some lines on the horn. Depending on what your horn looks like, you could do some vertical or horizontal lines and even add some battle damage too. And then I covered the seam in Kwik seal and smoothed it out with some water and was careful not to mess up the details I just added. Finally, I covered the horn in a few layers of white gesso, or you could also prime it with Platsidip and paint it with white acrylic paint if you don't have gesso or whatever color your horn needs to be. Then I used a bone color to paint in all the lines for some depth and shadows. And I took a more gray color and stippled it along the bottom as well for some extra detail. And once you're happy with the paint job, you can apply a satin spray varnish to the horn. To wear it, I just glued it to my forehead with spirit gum and blended it out with some liquid latex, and the latex peels off super easy when I want to take it off. Or if your character has horns on their head, you could attach it to a headband or hair clips. Thank you so much for watching, and please check out my other videos for how I made the rest of the costume. And please like and subscribe and follow for more.